We meet once again at this annual general meeting of the Botswana National Sports Council. This meeting is held in accordance with the BNSC Act, Cap 6001, Section 9, Subsection 1. The purpose of this meeting is to update you on the BNSC business since the AGM in March of 2014. We take cognizance of the fact that this meeting marks the end of the term of office of my executive committee, who came into office in July of 2013 in Lobate. In this connection, in our report, we will cover the 12-month period for the current leadership and other milestones that are worth noting. Allow me to welcome into our fold the President of Botswana Karate Association, Sensei Tsepo Batai, and his Secretary General, who came into office in May of this year. As some new leaders come in, others leave for various reasons. I wish to express my profound gratitude for the contribution these leaders made in the development of our sport as a whole. I'm happy to report that we now have a total of 33 positions in the international organizations held by most of you here. We have 15 positions held at regional level, 9 at continental level, and 9 at world level. The need to have representation at international level enhances our advocacy on issues of sport and enables us an opportunity to be part of decision-making process at the highest level of sport. We commit to providing opportunities for development of quality leadership within our sport. It is gratifying to note that last year, we ran a very short course on protocol and etiquette, which is vital in interaction with various stakeholders. We appreciate extensive training in the same area, as well as in the areas of safe games and general administration that we ran for up to 500 volunteers during the second Africa Youth Games in May of 2014. I've said this before, that it is critical that we have these etiquette trainings. A lot of us have activities during the year. We've got leadership that attend. And if we miss the boat in recognizing those individuals, we get ourselves into trouble. I saw also, and these are things that we talk about, simple issues like handing over a flag. We need to understand the protocols that go with that. Not any of us can hand over a flag unless delegated by the Honorable Minister of Youth, Sport and Culture. So it should be noted that these are very small things, but are very fundamental in the delivery of the initiatives of government. Distinguished leaders of sport, we are back again into our normal business following very involving and yet rewarding hosting of the second Africa Youth Games in May this year. When this opportunity presented itself, we did not know the magnitude of the impact it would have in our sport and Botswana in general. Today, we stand proud for passing the hosting test, whose outcome enables us to bid for hosting the bigger events in the future. Thank you, and a very big thank you to all of you for the contribution and the undying spirit of voluntarism that you portrayed during the Games. I am very proud of you, especially after accepting my plea at a special meeting of the Council to accept outsourcing of the operation side of the Games. In the process of delivering the Games, we smiled together, we laughed together, we were angry with each other. At times, we didn't even talk to each other. But all these awakened the spirit of delivery through teamwork and passion that this country, and indeed this continent, has never seen. It will be an understatement for me to say that you have outdone yourselves, because your performance was simply outstanding. Let's give ourselves a very big round of applause for a job well done. Our 400-meter sprint sensation, Amante Munsu, is still a force to reckon with in athletics. Her performance has motivated most of our elite athletes to emulate her. We now have even more representation in the Samsung Diamond League. Some years ago, our football legend, Diphetogo Dipsisi Lolwane, was the only professional player. We are grateful that now we have about 50 athletes from 10 different sport codes who play their trade in the professional ranks. Among them is our Olympic silver medalist, Nigel Amos, who returned to the track at the beginning of the year and continued on a winning streak to be top of the 800-meter chart in the month of June 2014. We are also extremely proud of the current performance of Isaac Makwala, who has now sealed his position in the 400-meter in Africa after setting a new continental record of 44.1 seconds. He won the Diamond League meet in Glasgow, Scotland on the 12th July 2014 convincingly. I also commend Pako Siribe, who is hot behind Makwala's heels in Africa with a time of 45.21 seconds. Meanwhile, our volleyball female export to Algeria, Tracy Chaba, has returned home at the end of a season's contract in June of 2014. She helped her team to win a major local championship that has been evading them for many, many years. These are but a few examples of our athletes who perform at an elite level. There are many more, and we are very proud of them, and more are coming from the junior ranks. In an effort to remain relevant, because it's important in today's era to remain relevant, and globally competitive, we have put in place various initiatives to address both the organizational and the athlete interest. The Elite Athlete Welfare Committee has been established with a view to act as a liaison between athletes, the Botswana National Sports Council, and the Botswana National Olympic Committee. The committee will bridge the communication gap and provide guidance and support to elite athletes. I think there are so many issues that become glaring as these young people grow. You'll have a champion, but the welfare of that young person will not be taken care of. Hence the setting up of this committee, where we want to look at an athlete from a collective point of view, not only them performing in the track while when they go home, they have nothing to sleep on or anything to eat. So we have to stay relevant and make sure that we meet these issues by coming up with interventions that will help. This committee will be in place for 4 years, and it consists of the following: a sports psychologist, Professor Leapotso Malete, who is the chairperson of the committee, a social worker, for obvious reasons, Mem Mamiki Kamanakau, a medical practitioner, also for obvious reasons, Dr. Lesedinyana Udiseng, an ex-elite athlete, Mrs. Gaubolai Seleka Sekonopo, a coach with elite coaching background and former elite athlete himself, Mr. Justice Dipeba, who is known to all of us, a finance management expert, because at this stage now they hold a lot of resources and utilize funds, Mr. Skola Puso, Botswana National Olympic Committee representative, and a former athlete, Mr. Piwa Marobela, and then a secretariat from the Sports Council who will be represented by Nunufo Utusite. With the excellent performance in administration of major games, we host an athlete's performance. I'm confident to report that the stakes are high in event hosting. We have held very successful Kosasa Games in April, which was a test run for the bigger showpiece. Following successful hosting of the second Africa Youth Games, we moved forward to host Rugby 1C Africa Championships, which was successfully executed. Although they did not qualify for the next level of competition, they, however, put up a fierce performance both in and out of the pitch. Distinguished guests, with the level of selfless performance, we are indeed justified to lobby for increased funding, facilities improvement, and other services to position ourselves as strong international competitors across all areas. We can boast today that we are a big contributor in the GDP and tourism in this country. We should continue to lobby government and the private sector for more injection, as we have a commodity everybody needs to prosper. We have used the second Africa Youth Games as a precursor to other major games that are coming this year. The Commonwealth Games that have started in Glasgow, Scotland on the 23rd of July, a total of 18 athletes have gone to take part within the sport codes of athletics, boxing, squash, badminton, table tennis, and judo. We also have one on the cards, the Nanjing Youth Olympics built for China in August of 2014, with a total of nine athletes built for the Games. I think at this point, I just want to commend table tennis through its president, Thebe Selema. I mean, for the first time, we're having table tennis competing at Glasgow. Please give them a big round of applause. I say this clearly because many years ago, we used to have a very strong force in table tennis, and somewhere it died out. And ever since Selema's committee came in with Borre Sitang and your group, they have resuscitated the efforts of this sporting code. And I'm sure in the next 5 years, we'll be talking something different. So you have our support and everybody else. And we wish you all the best, even out of these games.